Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition. I believe this is number 96. I have a puppy who's roaming in my craft room, so if you hear strange noises, that is my 1-year-old Pearl, who's a Cocker Spaniel, and she has quite the personality. I thought I would leave the door open today. It's just me here along with Pearl. And I think she wants to be just as vocal as I am on the live today. But as you join, come on in, say hello. Welcome to the chalet. Welcome to Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. My name is Dawn Bourget, and I am owner of Dawn's Creative Chalet, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I love stamps, ink, and paper. Hey, hi, Evelyn. Happy Sunday crafternoon. All right, it looks like it is 1 o'clock on the dot, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to get started. I've been trying to jump on like about a minute ahead to try to help everybody find me in their news feed, because I'm finding that Facebook is acting really goofy and people are having a hard time finding us. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, welcome in. I might have to close the door and leave Pearl on the other side of the door if she continues to misbehave. So sorry. Anyway, thanks again for being here. And just a reminder on a couple of things. That first of all, if you're just happening to find me in your news feed, welcome, and I'm glad that you're here. Make sure to like my page. I also have a community on Facebook. Oh, this is going to be fun. I can tell. I should have shut my door. Hi, Judy. Welcome. Hi, Kristen. Happy Sunday afternoon, you guys. So I also have a community on Facebook, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet Community, and I would love to have you join there. Oh, dear. Also, I have a YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, make sure to please subscribe and tell your friends and hit that little bell. It'll turn black, and that will give you all the notifications as I load things and do more things with YouTube. And then also as well, once we're done here in about a half hour after I'm done, I will add this Facebook Live to my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. And of course, we have my online store. Oh dear. Okay. Pearl's going to have to go in another room. That's all there is to it. I am so sorry. Major distraction. Anyway, this is my August host code. So if you find something here that, although there's some things I'm going to be showing you guys that you can't get quite yet, but if you would like to grab some things at my online store, I totally appreciate every order that I get, and I make sure I send a handmade card at minimum. So anyway, this is my August host code. If your product happens to be more than $150, make sure not to use the host code and use those wonderful benefits, those Stampin' rewards, or as I call them, free stuff for yourself. All righty. Oh, let me go ahead and read some comments here. Oh dear. You know, the funny thing is on my phone, she'll get into stuff. I know, right? Like if I don't have her in here, like the door's just open. So she is just gallivanting around. And of course, she was fine until I hit the go live button. But for those of you that don't know, I have a 1-year-old. Her name is Pearl. She's a Cocker Spaniel, and she is spunky, especially since I'm live. All right, let's get into some stuff here as far as what's happening at the chalet. If you're local or somewhat local, I am in Northwest Michigan in the Ludington-Scottville area. And just to let you guys know of a couple things that's happening with Stampin' Up! And here at the chalet. First of all, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who've been shopping with me, you have those wonderful $5 coupons, and you can use those all of August. So just don't forget about those. please don't accidentally delete those in your email, because you're going to want those. And you can use them all at once. You can spread them out through the month of August, however you choose to use them, which is pretty awesome. And you can use them on sales stuff. You can use them on the clearance rack items. So if you're placing an order, you can use them on just about anything except for paper pumpkin, I believe. So yeah. Also, along with that going on, we have the kits collection on sale. And I'm going to get the little flyer right here for you. So all kits, including the brand new kit that I thought I ordered and I forgot, which is called Festive Tags. All the kits are on sale up to 30% off. So it's a great time to stock up on these kits. They're awesome. Like, I love these things, and I've been a crafter for a long time, so I consider myself an avid crafter. But sometimes I just want something that's a little bit on the easier side. And I like to use these at Starbucks as well when we do our sip-in stamps. And the girls are loving them. So anyway, think of them for like maybe the rest of summer, giving something for the kids to do or for yourself to do. They're great when you travel, whether it's on a plane, train, or automobile. Hello, Catherine. How are you? Or I should just say Kathy. That sounds so formal, calling you Catherine. But I'm glad that you're here. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday crafternoon. So anyway, whoa, she almost knocked down my light. Okay, she's getting very crazy. Sorry. So anyway, these also make great gifts. So think about possibly shopping now for the holidays. They're easy to take just about anywhere. I love them. I really do. I love them. Pearl, you're going to have to behave yourself. Also, the next sip-in stamp, we just had one on the 4th over at Starbucks. So our next one is going to be September 15th. So it's normally the first Friday of the month, but the manager has asked me that there are 3 dates that we stay away from. That's Labor Day weekend, Memorial weekend, and 4th of July. So I promised her I will not do that to her. I totally get it. I understand as a retired innkeeper. So with that being said, the next date for Starbucks for September is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be the 15th of September, 12 noon to 2 p.m. So same time, just the date is changing a little bit. I did, by the way, just a FYI, ask her about 2024. And she said, again, as long as we're not there hanging out on Memorial weekend, or if the 4th falls on that particular weekend, so to speak, or Labor Day weekend, I can go ahead and I can plan, and I have for 2024 for the first Friday of each month, 12 noon to 2. So put that on your calendars, and I'll let you know as it gets closer to the holidays. Memorial weekend, of course, we don't have to worry about. That's always during the end of May. But as far as the other 2 holidays, we'll kind of play it by ear, and then I'll look at my calendar accordingly and then tell you guys the dates now that we'll be moving them to. Also, we have Creative Card Class this Thursday, August the 10th, and it's $25 or free with a minimum order. I have 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 6:30 available. I do have space. So if you please let me know no later than tomorrow, which is Monday, the 7th, I think. Make sure to let me know by then, and we will make sure that we have a seat for you. They're great in the RV, aren't they, Kathy? Those kits, I love them. Also, we have a product-based class for August, but unfortunately the RSVP is already closed because I needed to order product for that class. So that product is already here. It's cut. It's ready for those of you who will be here for the Inked Botanicals class. That is going to be a lot of fun. It's such a beautiful suite of product. And then also we have the catalog kickoff, the holiday hoopla hooray catalog kickoff, which is this beautiful catalog right here. This is awesome. This goes live September the 6th. So I like to do a little catalog kickoff. We'll be playing with product, checking out product, and it will basically we'll be sipping, we'll be smiling, stamping, and snacking. All those beautiful S words. So anyway, that is on Thursday, September 14th, which is taking the place of Creative Card Class. It's basically going to be like a card class, but we're just going to have a lot of fun playing with new products, and I'm going to have quite a few samples available for you to look at for inspiration so you can get real familiar with this catalog quick. And it's a lot of fun, you guys. I usually have a little surprise for you when you're here, so you won't want to miss it. So if you're local to me, please RSVP for the Holiday Hoopla Hooray for Thursday, September 14th, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. All right. Woo-wee. Let's see here. What else did I want to tell you? I already reminded you about bonus days. We'll have that go by the screen. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Don't you like that? So professional here. And then also, our paper pumpkin kit for August is Meaningful Flowers. And what's really cool about this kit, we get an additional stamp set for free. Whoop, whoop. Like, I love that. So I know quite a few of you do subscribe with me to Paper Pumpkin. If you are someone who has not tried Paper Pumpkin, they are a subscription kit that comes to your door every single month. They're a lot of fun. They're on the simpler side, and again, kind of like our kits collection, but they're just a step up, and it is a subscription. And you can also purchase prepaid groupings of them. Prepaid, well, yeah. Anyway, you can purchase a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, or 12 month on that. So if you're interested, just let me know. And let's see, of course we have, I want to remind you again, online exclusives. So there are some things at our online store that you cannot get in the catalogs. And of course, we still have printed catalogs, so they're not going away. But we do have some online exclusives that you may want to check out. And if you are so inclined, you can go ahead and act like you're going to be taking a picture with that cute little QR code right there. That will take you directly to my online store, to the online exclusives with myself, which is Dawn Bourgette. Okay, guys. So today we're not really doing, I don't want to say, we're doing technique today. So technique is when I'm really not going to be finishing a card, so to speak, but we're going to play with some things that are in this. So we're going to get this set aside for now. I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet, darn it. But if you do want to see the inside of this catalog now, there is a way you can do it. And that is if you would like to purchase a starter kit and join the Chalet Stampers. In fact, I have a couple teamies watching me right now. So if you want, ask them how they feel about being on our team and what it's like to be a demonstrator. Honestly, it's a great way to save some money. You start getting a discount as soon as you join, along with getting the discount on the product that you purchase in a starter kit. Basically, you're getting a 10% off. I think altogether is how I figured that out. And you get free shipping, which is pretty awesome in itself because trust me, after paying the shipping that I have for the products that I got in advance, although I did expedite it, I have to say, have to admit. But anyway, it's a great way to test out being a demonstrator. There's no obligation, but you're able to be a savvy shopper and get your discount immediately when you do join. So if you have a list that's a mile long, yeah, it's a great way to do it. Especially if you're a beginner, because then you can stock up on all the things that you need, all those building blocks, so to speak, to get you going so you can start to make some really pretty products. Yes, and yes, one of the most important things is you get to purchase products early, like me and like my teammates and my fellow demonstrator friends. So yes, we get to purchase things 1 month in advance before customers can even see the catalog. So that's one of the things I love, along with, of course, all the friendships that I've made. So many people that I've met that I wouldn't have without the magic of the rubber stamp. And I know I've said that before, but it's very, very true. But you're not giving your firstborn or anything. Like I said, there's no obligation. And if you would like to get some of these things that I'm showing you early. And also, I did a video, what day was that? Last week, Thursday? Friday. Maybe it was Friday? All the days blend. But anyway, if you backtrack here on my Facebook page or getting to my YouTube or even on my blog, we did an unboxing of products. So it was a lot of fun. So if you're wanting to see what you could get ahead of time and not wait until September 6th to get them, just let me know. We can get you going on a starter kit, put those items into the starter kit, and from there you can get a discount on even more stuff in here. So it's pretty awesome. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to talk about some of the new products. So I was really torn because I'm working on swap cards. And I was working on some fall stuff because I always pick fall for my swaps. It's just me. I love fall. And I love Halloween. And today, after I'm done here with you guys, I'm going to dive into some Halloween products. But in the meantime, there was something that was shown in the catalog that really caught my eye. And the thing is that's really cool is if you are on a budget, and if you're not, no, I'm not going to tease you with that anymore. But whether you're getting the discount or not on our products, this is something, these are masks. And they are very economical. This set of masks that I'm going to show you is $10.50. And like I said, it's available September 6th, unless you decide you want to join, or if you're already a demonstrator, you can pre-order right now. But these masks are a lot of fun. Now, I have to admit, I have purchased some of Stampin' Up's masks in the past, and I didn't even use them. But there was something about this particular set of masks. I thought, you know what? Let's try these out. Let's play a little bit and see what we can do with them. I really like this one. I think it's really cool. Houndstooth. Then if you have seen the book, for those of you, there is a picture of a card in there. And the reason why it caught my eye is it's a sunflower. I love sunflowers. They're like the happy flower, right? You can't not smile when you see a sunflower. So with that being said, they have 4 steps, I guess I'll call it, with the decorative masks and making it super simple. Now, hey Beth, hi. Happy Sunday crafternoon. If there's anybody else who's here who I haven't said hi to, please say me, 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 me. Because I hate to miss anybody. And Facebook is goofy, and I'm seeing different things on my phone in front of my face than I am on my laptop that's to the right of me. Very strange. Okay, anyway, back to the masks. So what's really cool about these, I was a little bit perplexed at first. I was like, and of course I don't read, right? Why would I read? In the catalog, I just look at all the pretty pictures because that's what we do, and that's how we fall in love with all the product. But there's something really cool that I noticed after I did finally read, because I was like, which should I start first? So if you look, I'm going to try to get these really, really close up here. There are numbers on the top. So it's like number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. How cool is that? So I was like, oh, well, isn't that brilliant? So I wanted to show you guys just a couple of fun things with these. I did cut, let me grab these. Oh, also, by the way, just to show you guys a couple of other products that I am using that are in the new catalog, the mini. First of all, this is, along with this one, I've been saying how this has been my very favorite embossing folder. This is in the annual catalog, and this is exposed brick, and it's a 3D embossing folder. So the 3D embossing folders really give you a lot of depth on your card. In the holiday catalog, there is this one right here, Distressed Tile. OMG. I think it's a tie with the love I have of both of these. This is really cool as well. It's also a 3D embossing folder. And let me see if I can get really close. You'll see even better once I show the samples after we're done playing a little bit. So this isn't going to be as long as a live for you guys. So at least I don't think it will be. Unless I get talking too much, which, you know, that always happens. This set here is a new set in our holiday book. I just want to say this is a standalone. This does not have dies or a punch, but look at the amount of holidays that it's covering here. So if you're a beginner stamper or you just don't have a lot, like I love this set. I think it's awesome. It's a great set to put in your stash for sure, because it covers all of the holidays. I love it. And then also you're going to see on the samples as we look at them, I used this set, and this set is actually on the same page as the masks. I love the sentiments in this. It's called So Sincere, and it is $1 million seller set. So someone who has reached $1 million in sales throughout their Stampin' Up! Career once you do that, you have an opportunity to design a stamp set, which I think is pretty cool. So anyway, I love these as well. I love the mix of the fonts, and I think that the sayings on these are they're just really cool. Like, you're in my heart and prayers. Hope you'll feel better soon. Your kindness is so appreciated. Just love spending time with you. Like, I love these. I think that they're cool. So anyway, I played a little bit with both of these, and we'll look at those more in a couple minutes. The other thing, just to let you know what I used on my card, are the Stylish Shapes dies. These right here, I almost mention these every single week because I use them that much. I really do. I love these. Love them. And by the way, there is a new set of circles that are in the new mini catalog, and they're deckled circles, and this like mega circles. So if you guys haven't seen that video where I did the unboxing, make sure to check it out. There is some really cool stuff in there. And then I was also trying to play with this a little while ago before I jumped on here with you guys. But I was using my my StazOn ink pad, and I have two of them, and both of them are like just about dry. I didn't realize, because I don't use my StazOn very often, and it didn't make a very good impression, and you'll see. So I'm trying to get a ink refill from my StazOn black ink pad. But anyway, I love this set too, and I wanted to I had an idea in my brain, and I wanted to see if it would work, and it didn't work out so well because my black ink pad isn't like intensely black. So, but we'll cover that in a couple more minutes. But again, these are 3 sets that I happen to have out that I was messing around with that are just standalone sets that I think are just pretty cool. New stuff. Gotta love the new stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring in blending brushes. Now, if you guys have not played with blending brushes, you'll need these or daubers, but I really love the blending brushes to play with the masks. And I have found that the smaller blending brushes, which are the newer size for us, are easier to use with the masks if it's more detailed. If you're just wanting to fill in a whole background, then the larger of them, see, it's almost, I don't want to say double the size, but it's a pretty good size difference between them. Then the larger ones are fun to work with. But whatever you have on hand, or even just use a sponge as far as that goes if you don't have those. What's really cool about these blending brushes, by the way, you can wash them. In fact, I did that, was it yesterday or the day before? I just put them with tap water and Dawn dishwashing detergent and washed them up. Let them dry, they're good to go. They might stain, but they're good enough to use. And like I've been told in the past by a friend of mine, get over the staining of it. They're a tool. Like, they still work okay. They're stained, big deal. I'm like, okay. And he was right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to play a little bit just to show you guys how easy this is. This is another great thing for possibly a beginner to, I don't know, just to play around with. I grabbed a whole bunch of colors here. So I'm going to show you my stack of colors. I have Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight, Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, Pecan Pie, let's see here, Mossy Meadow, Copper Clay, and Wild Wheat. I kind of grabbed at the last minute just in case because they're kind of fun colors too. What we're going to work with first of all is our basic white paper. Our basic white paper just is perfect to stamp on. I love it. So anyway, along with the basic white, I'm going to go ahead and let's just go ahead. Let's see here. We're going to do the standard yellow. So like I said, I got Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, and Lemon Lolly. I'm going to open these up here. Sometimes, like, there are stickers on the bottom of these. I don't know if you guys ever really knew this, but there is a generic, which is down here. And I did put the sticker on this one because sometimes when you have your ink pads open, they all kind of start to look the same, especially if they're darker colors. Not that it's hugely a big deal if you're just using the blending brushes, but you don't want to go dark to light. Let's put it that way. You want to keep your blending brushes so that the lighter colors all kind of hang out together and the darker colors hang out together. Otherwise, you could have a big mess on your hands because they are water-based, and that would just make you really sad, right? You don't want to be having these icky things and, you know, icky colors into your actual color and contaminate it. I mean, heaven forbid. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to use Lemon Lolly, which is like our lightest yellow. And I'm going to go ahead and just fill this whole thing in. This is a great way, by the way, to get a workout because you are moving your arms, so that qualifies you to eat an additional piece of chocolate while you're stamping. I'm just saying. There's always a way to work it out, right? Ask me, just ask me. They've changed the color, by the way, of our masks, so they are easier to see through. They used to be more of, I don't know, like a dark color. I'm not even sure what you want to call it. Like a blackish or a grayish. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to do to clean them is I just have a paper towel and I have some Windex here. You could just use water. I just was too lazy to walk over to the bathroom to wet a paper towel. So this works just fine. So look how easy they clean, which I love as well. Now they might stain if you use maybe our purples. I'm not sure. I haven't tried a purple. Now notice I'm working, although you can't really see my inks here, can you? I'm working light to dark. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, this is Daffodil Delight, and we're going to add just a little bit around the inside here. And notice I have not moved my mask, but if you happen to move it, you can reline it. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Don't fret over it. Or if you wanted to, you could use some removable tape or something like that, Scotch tape. If you really want to be fussy about it, I'm not that fussy. It's handmade. Like, I just, ooh, look at that. I better get that off, though, before I make a hot mess. Let me see here. There we go. All right. Now I'm using a little bit of Crushed Curry. The magic is always when you pull the mask off. That's the most fun. It's like, because no matter what, every one of these that you create is going to be different. And that is kind of a cool surprise, right? I dig it. I think that that's the fun part. It's like the wow factor. Okay, so there we go. Are we ready to lift it and reveal the main part of the sunflower? Let's go ahead and wipe this off again, just so we have it ready for the next. All right, so that is step 1. Ta-da! Woo! Isn't that cool, you guys? It's so much fun. I just love it. I dig it. And then there is a number 2 on here. So this is the leaves, and you can see through. And go ahead and put them where you would like. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Before I really make a mess. Let me see. Just a minute. I'm going to grab some scrap paper because I can see where this could get all over my little background thingy here. Okay, there we go. Because we're going to go right off of the paper and we're going to line this up. But if you wanted to move the leaves and add leaves up above and all that, you could do that because you can see right where you could ink. So it's whatever you like to do, right? I'm just going to go with the flow on this, and let's see here. Let's close these up for the time being. Get them out of my way. So what's everybody up to this Sunday? We're actually, looks like it's sprinkling out, or it was. Let's see, we're going to use Mossy Meadow for the leaves. How many of you have used our masks before? Like I said, I'm ashamed by the fact that I have a pile of these things, and I don't know. I just forget that I have them. But they are kind of fun and addicting, and it's fun to play with different colors. I mean, okay, so a sunflower is normally yellow, orange, maybe a bit of what? Cajun craze, that type of thing. But honestly, it's all in what you want to create. It's art. It doesn't have to be the actual color of what sunflowers are. It's whatever you want to create, right? Okay, so now we have the leaves. That's pretty cool. Then we'll go with step 3, and this is the inside of the sunflower. And line it up. And we are going to do, let's do, gonna do pumpkin pie and copper kettle. Not copper kettle, copper clay. I don't know why, you guys. I've renamed this ink pad. There's a few of these that I'm just like, let me rename them. So anyway, pecan pie and copper clay, not copper kettle. Although I think a copper kettle is pretty cool. In fact, I have a copper kettle. Maybe that's why I keep calling it copper kettle. I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm going to do with the pumpkin pie is, and you can, you know, adjust the brightness, the intensity, depending on how much ink you put on your blending brush, and also the amount of pressure you put on your brush as well. And I just want this a little bit lighter because we are going to use the copper clay also in the middle. All right, let's see. Yeah, that looks good to me. Awesome. Go ahead, clean that off, set it aside, and then using the copper clay, and this is step 4. So step 4, we go ahead, we line these little guys up like so. Looks good. Add a little bit of copper clay. This is such a cool color, and it plays well with a lot of different colors, just depending on what you pair it with, basically. Okay, you guys ready for this? Oh, isn't that cool? Like the little sound effect there. Yeah, I think it's fun. And then what I also think I'd like to do, let's play with the houndstooth a little bit. So we're just going to give this card a little bit more funky fun. And, oh, let's see here. What color do I want to play with? Let's go with crushed curry. Let's play. So with that, I'm going to take a little bit of crushed curry here, and I have it laying on top of the entire piece, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, play with it a little bit. Okay. Woo, that's kind of pretty. I also did one that I'm going to show you guys that it was a little bit lighter, not as intense, and just kind of in the corners a little bit. But these are so easy to clean off, and then you can just play all over again. All right, so that's really cool, right? But then I got to playing a little bit more, of course, and I wanted to show you guys another cool little technique that maybe you know, maybe you don't, I don't know. But this just requires whatever colors you have as far as your Stampin' blends. You could also do this with your Stampin' Write markers and a bone folder or something to smack them up with. And you're gonna be like, you're what? But you guys will see in a second here. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any comments. Well, oh, you know what? I'm hoping that after this, Judy, that you'll want to try these out because masks are a lot of fun. So let's go with Old Olive. This is, I believe, the dark, dark Old Olive. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to use the brush tip on this. And please, if you're sensitive to noise, you want to plug your ears. But I'm just going to take my bone folder and we're just going to tap it. Tappity tap, tap, tap. Like you're playing the drums. In fact, if you have a favorite song, you could tap to the beat of the music. But anyway, when you do that, look what you get. Isn't that cool? Like I said, today's just techniques. I was just playing, and then I have, like I said, some samples to show you guys as well. Pretty cool. And then I thought, okay, let's play a little bit more. Here's something else I haven't used in a while. My Wink of Stella. How many of you guys have Wink of Stella? Thank you very much, Laura, and happy Sunday crafternoon. So this is another little tool in my arsenal that I forget about all the time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start. Now what you need to do when you do get this, when you do order one of these, in case you didn't know, because I did not, because of course I don't read instructions. You know, I'm just a girl who looks at the pretty pictures. But when you do get this, and it's new, there's like a black ring that you need to remove from this. And then, so you'll have to unscrew, take off the black ring, and then make sure it's tight again, and then keep it that way. That is to make sure that it does not leak or dry out, because the reservoir of where the pretty glittery, liquidy stuff is in here. So it's just a way of keeping it from, I don't know, dispersing, apparently. But anyway, so when you work with this, you squeeze the reservoir where the ink, I guess you want to call it, the glittery stuff, the magical glittery stuff is. And what I like to do is just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And I like to do this over a piece of scrap or something like that. And the reason being is that sometimes it will drip and then you'll get this like big goober. Don't you like my technical terms? A big goober on your project. Anyway, with that being said, you can also do the same thing with your Wink of Stella. All right, let's check this out. This is fun because I love a little bit of shimmer shimmer. Look at that. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Let me see. Oh, it's hard to see. Kind of. Well, you can kind of sort of see it. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I think it looks really, really cool. Like I just love it. I don't know. It's fun. So along with that, then I thought, okay, let's play a little bit more. All right. And get all this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And hopefully this is not going to jiggle the table to a crazy level. But when you do use these 3D embossing folders, you're going to want to use the specialty plate, which I believe is it's separate. It's a separate purchase from the other plates that you do get with your machine. But anyway, so when you're using, now where did I put them? Oh dear, they're right in front of me. So when you're using the 3D embossing folders, the thicker folders, you'll want to use this gray specialty tray. So that's the item number right there in case you need to get one. Because trust me, you're going to want to play with these embossing folders. They're a lot of fun. So we're going to use, even though I love the brick, we're going to use the brand new one called Distress Tile. Now this is really cool the way it comes out once you've stamped and then running it through. Actually, what we did though was just color. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, put this into the embossing folder and run it through the machine. So I'm just using the main plate that comes with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then I'm gonna sandwich this with the gray plate and we're gonna run it through. And we're going to see the magic happen. Are you guys ready? This is such a cool embossing folder. All right. So what do you guys think of that? That just took it up 10 notches, didn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? Like, I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then let's say, let's grab, let's see. Just for giggles. I'm not going to actually, well, I do have one cut. There we go. So this is the copper clay. I'm putting it with the copper clay. Ooh, isn't that cool? Isn't that fun? So yeah, make sure to check out the masks. I think about the word, the masks. But I just think that that's so cool. So now what I want to do is I want to show you guys some samples, because once I started going, I just kept going and going. I was having a good old time yesterday and I'm like, oh my gosh, Dawn, stop. You have swaps to do. But I just love it. And this embossing folder is the cat's meow, right? Isn't that cool? Because it kind of like embosses and doesn't emboss. I mean, it's definitely a distressed look. Love it. Absolutely love it. So excited. So, now that you've seen that, let's show you some of the cards that I did make. So there's this one here, this ribbon. We have one that looks similar. That's going to be in the mini, but this is the black and white ribbon. What I did is I took my Stampin' blends and I colored it so it matched it a little bit. I believe I used the pumpkin pie on it. And all I did on this particular card was just the using the mask, nothing fancy or anything like that. So it was just, there's no embossing on it. But what I did do is I wanted to put the sentiment on it, but I wanted to kind of overlay. Vellum is so much fun. It's really cool to put on your cards, but yet not totally distract. But it's a great layer on top of your paper, so it doesn't totally get away from the beautiful paper or whatever it is you stamped, but yet it kind of filters it, I guess is a good word. Kind of like an Instagram filter for your card. So anyway, I used the So Sincere set that I showed you at the beginning, and I stamped it in Stays On. So just a little bit of something about Stays On ink. Now, of course, like I said, I didn't have an ink refill for this. Shame on me. I thought I had one and it was gone. But I always usually order an ink refill when I order an ink pad, just a rule of thumb, so you know you have it. But anyway, stamping on vellum, you're going to want to use the Stays On ink pad. Or if you do want to use a water-based ink, make sure that you have a heat tool on hand, because otherwise it's not really going to dry for you and you're going to have a hot mess and you're going to get ink all over. Just one of those things. Or you can use a water-based ink pad and then also heat emboss, like a clear embossing powder with any colors of our inks, and do it that way, which is really cool. So as long as you work fast to mix, yeah. But anyway, with that being said, otherwise the Stays On, it's a good one to use on your vellum. It dries pretty quick. And it just, I don't know, it's easier to work with on vellum and those slippery surfaces. So that's what I used on there. And I thought, oh, that's really pretty. And then, whoops, I'm going to show you guys those last. So then that's when afterwards I was playing a little bit. This background color is Lemon Lolly. It's one of our new colors. It's such a pretty yellow. So for this one, that's where I went ahead. I did the next step. I went ahead, I ran it through the embossing folder, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. I really like that. And then, let's see here, move these aside, move that aside. Let's see here. What else? Then I also was playing with the houndstooth. And like I said, I just put it in the corners. And then on this card, I didn't run it through an embossing folder. I wanted to see what it would look like, just adding some specks. And I believe I used on this Daffodil Delight, the dark Daffodil Delight, to do the little specky things. And then I also used the Wink of Stella on this. I don't know if you can really see. There we go. Maybe, well, yeah. There we go. You can kind of sort of see it. Yeah, there we go. I just love that look. I think it's really cool. And then I was like, you know, oh, and here's another one too that I did. Isn't that fun? And this again has Wink of Stella on it. And get you a real close-up view here of that. So it gives you the little speckly things in it. So I decided to do the Wink of Stella. Not anything as far as with the blends, and no embossing folder on that one. And then I thought, let's try some different colors. We have a lot of traditional colors, but let's try this. So this was just strictly pumpkin pie and copper clay. Something just totally different, and I love it. I love the way this one turned out. I didn't do any of the speckly stuff on it, although I'm tempted to still do it. I don't know, I love bling. Or you could put an embellishment on it as far as that goes. Some of our little dots, different types of the embellishments that we have in the catalog. This is our copper clay ribbon, the in color ribbon. And then again, I stamped on the vellum. And this is the So Sincere set that I used. So I thought that turned out really pretty. But then I thought, okay, let's go way outside the box. We have Christmas, right? So I'm like, let's see what the sunflower looks when I do it in reds. So this is done in Real Red and Cherry Cobbler. And then again, I ran it through the embossing folder. I have a new love for that embossing folder, you guys. You're probably going to see it a lot. You're going to get sick of it with me. This is from Throughout the Years. I believe that set is called. That's that other new stamp set that is out. Let me make sure here without knocking everything over. Yes, Throughout the Year is the name of that set. And again, I wanted to add it, but I didn't want to distract from the pretty flowers. So what do you guys think of this one as far as in the reds and the green? I just thought it was really cool. I don't know. I loved it. Loved it. So let me know your thoughts on that. And then I decided just to play a little bit more. Now this is not on a card, but I decided to use our watercolor paper, which is 100-pound paper. So it's pretty heavy duty. And the snowflakes, this one right here, also comes in the pack. So there's the 4-step for the sunflower, the houndstooth, the snowflakes, and the fall one here. So you'll see that in a minute too. So with that being said, I used, what colors were they? Let's see here. I had them left just in case so I could show you guys. So I used Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Blueberry Bushel. And I came up with this. So what I did first of all, I went ahead and I used the stencil just like you normally would. And then I got out one of our spritzers. They come in a pack of 2, which is the Stampin' Up! Spritzers. And they're in our annual catalog. And all I did, in case you guys have never used these before, they're a lot of fun to play with as well. Like I just get in these moods where I just want to play with products and just different things. And you know what? The thing is, if it looks bad and ugly, just throw it away and start again. I mean, they make more paper, right? So anyway, I just filled the reservoir with tap water. Now, if you love working with, just an FYI, with blends, here's another thing you can do with the spritzers. You can play on vellum with these. And I think I did a live on this once before, but maybe we'll do it again this fall. And you can spritz, and you can put in rubbing alcohol in these spray. Because these are alcohol based, it gives like that, how do I want to put it, like a marbled effect. It helps the ink move. It is the coolest thing. So play with your products, experiment a little bit with them, because you may be really surprised on what comes out. It might be one of those happy accidents. For sure. But anyway, so this one, after I went ahead and used the stencil with those 3 colors, I spritzed it with water. And then just to help it heat or dry a little bit faster, I used my heat tool and had it just dry a little bit faster. And then again, I used, which color was this? Night of Navy. And I just used my bone folder and we just tap, 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 spritzed it a little bit. And then again, I used the Winka Stella as well. So you can see that little bit of shimmer in there. And then I had the idea with that other set that's brand new. But look, it didn't work out so well because, like I said, I need to have my ink pad revived. But this is the Joy to You stamp set that's in the new upcoming catalog. And I had this vision of this being nice and dark, crisp black over it. And then to put it on, as a card front. It didn't work out so well. But anyway, you can make some beautiful backgrounds. It's fun. And then also, I wanted to use the fall mask. And I used, what colors was it? Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and I believe Cajun Craze. This was a little different. I mean, I think it's a cool background. And you could like stamp a big, bold image or sentiment on the front. And I think that would be really cool. Or put vellum on the entire front so it softens it up, and then stamping on the vellum itself. But again, I just went ahead, used the mask like I used earlier. I spritzed it with water. I dried it with my heat tool, so it kind of rapidly dried. But you could get a totally different look if you just let it dry, air dry too, depending on if you're in a hurry or not. And then again, I spritzed it. Well, I don't know if you want to call it spritzing. Whatever you want to call that technique. Beating on my blends with a bone folder, and then also adding, there's a little few specks in there of my Wink of Stella. Whew. So that is what I had for you guys today. If you do have masks sitting around, get them out and play with them a bit. Try some different things. And if you do, make sure to show me. I want to see what you guys come up with. I think it's a lot of fun to play with product. And don't be afraid. Like I said, it's only paper. You can't do a whole lot of damage. You'll just want to make sure to have, whether it's sponges, blending brushes, something like that to play with when you're using your mask. The other thing that's really cool, and I didn't have any on hand, we also have paste. That would be super cool, using the paste. And you know, you can mix our ink refills. Just, I wouldn't do a lot, you know, because you don't want it watered down to the point of it not drying. But you can take a little bit of our paste and use an ink refill color, mix it up so you have colored, or you could put glitter in with it and mix it up. That would be really cool too. And it would just give, it's a little bit messy, but it would give some texture to your card, which I think would just be stunning, absolutely stunning. I just don't have any on hand right now. What I had for quite a while and it dried up. So I need some new. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. I think next week we'll dive into a suite of product from the new catalog. It's going to be fall related, whether it's just fall or fall Halloween. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope that you guys were inspired a little bit to try out your masks if you have some laying around, or getting this set once you're able to. It's beautiful. I love it a lot. And I think that the backgrounds can be used for a lot of different occasions, which is really nice. Well, thanks you guys for being with me today. I hope that you had fun. I had fun hanging out with you. And if you want to see anything again, I'll be putting this on my blog and on YouTube. Make sure to share with your friends if you have some crafty friends. Thank you so much again. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you next week at 1 o'clock Eastern time for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn.